I'm Bridget Pino. Well, Bridget Camacho now, I guess. I'm still not used to my new surname. I'm 29 years old and I was a process engineer for a bank. So that's what I used to do for work. Family life, like I said, just been married. We've got two little Boston Terriers, Bubbles and Mandy. They're very cute, so they're like our little adopted dog kids. Randomly, one night I was studying and I was just, messing around with earphones in because everyone in the house had faded and gone to bed, and nobody supports you when you're studying at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I, was fiddling with my headphones, found a lump, and I was like, that's weird. I've never had lumps before. So I need to go get this checked out. And kind of sometimes you just know in your spirit that something's not right. So I went to go have a look, and I was kind of hoping it would just be like a fibroadenoma or a cyst or something. But the radiologist was like, no, this looks a little weird, so we're gonna check it out. Biopsy and blood tests and all of that stuff later. Boom, cancer. At the time, or just after I got the call, I was like, well, I'm hungry. Let me go get a snack and then I'll deal with this. But I kind of, so, I'm very logical. I didn't get emotional at first. I was just like, okay, it's fine. Medicine has come a long way. And if they catch it early, I've got a really good chance. So nothing to stress about right now. Let's just go find out what's going on. So I think I went straight into fight mode, and I was just like, we've got this. It's gonna be okay. Let's do it. My dad's mom had breast cancer also at a young age. I did do the genetic testing and they said it actually wasn't genetic. But yeah, she did, and she survived. I mean, she had a mastectomy, and I guess, back then cancer was still a very scary thing. People thought it was, I don't know, she wasn't allowed to hang out with her friends because they all thought it was contagious. Shame. So I guess for her it was really hard. Luckily, they gave me the name of Dr. Ben, who's apparently a really good surgeon. I mean, she's fantastic. I love her to bits. She's amazing. So I kind of made an appointment with her, and she squeezed me in at the very last minute on the same day that I got the diagnosis. So at least I could get the plan and what needs to happen. So that was good. There was a lot of further tests and MRIs and more x-rays and full body scans and more blood tests. I think I've been poked all over my body. But yeah, I suppose they were really good at explaining. Something that was very important for me, because I haven't had children yet, was that they wanted to help me preserve my eggs in case the chemo and the treatment damaged my ovaries. The cancer I was diagnosed with was triple negative breast cancer, which is apparently quite aggressive, and there's no targeted treatment for it. So they treat it with chemo, surgery, radiation, a mixture of all of it. So I was going to go on chemo for 8 treatments, which is kind of about 6-ish months. And then I was meant to have surgery after that, and then radiation, just to clean it up. So yeah, no, the surgery actually went well. I must say, I think surgery is probably the easiest part of all of the cancer treatments. I know people think it's very scary, but it's not that bad, and it's actually not as painful as you would expect. You just kind of have to be careful and whatever, but I mean, it was okay. But kind of halfway through the chemo, they realized that it wasn't really working. The tumor had shrunk and then it grew back a little bit. So they decided to operate before the chemo finished. Yeah, but chemo, I went through everything. Lost my hair, eyebrows, eyelashes. It was fun. Miraculously, when they removed the tumor, they thought it had grown a lot bigger, but they actually realized once they tested it that of the 3 centimeters or so that it was, only about 21 millimeters of it was still cancer cells. So the chemo was actually working. And it hadn't spread anywhere else, so my lymph nodes were clear. It was just contained. So we're gonna do some radiation still. That's coming soon for 5 weeks, and then I've got to be on some oral chemo for about 6 months. But I think they've said the side effects for that are not as bad as the drip chemo, so it should be okay. I'm kind of if I can continue the weight loss, we will go with it. In November last year, you know, you got Truecaller on your phone and you're like, oh, it's Platinum Life, and you kind of ignore the phone call because you're like, the person's gonna try and get me to sign up. So I was doing that, and I had a friend at work who liked to play pranks on me. So he answered the phone one day and he was like, hi, this is Bridget's phone. You know, who is this? And it was a Platinum Life agent. And then he was like, yeah, she's here right now. She's very interested. So, so have a chat. After that phone call, obviously I had a policy. I put, you know, my husband on the policy. It all happened. So that was actually in, I think, October or November last year. 4 months later, cancer diagnosis. I was like, I am actually so lucky or blessed or something that happened that day, because I would have been in trouble if I didn't have that cover.